Hey everyone, welcome back to Dragon Medicine, where we open ourselves into the cosmic family while remaining grounded and ordinary in our humanity. Today I'm going to channel Gawkare, the Black Dragon of the Rising Rose, for you. I'm not sure what he's going to say. Like usual, when I sit down here, I don't really have a plan, it just kind of happens. But if you like what you see here, then remember to like and comment and share it with a friend. It really helps to build the channel. And if you're interested in joining our last live version of Dragon Medicine, then you can do that. We're launching on Wednesday the 23rd of April. And you can have a look at that in the description below. I'm going to be uploading some videos of interviews with myself and current and former Dragon Medicine participants to give you a clearer idea of what it's like. I think the insights that they provide are really helpful in showing what Dragon Medicine can really do. And some of the things that have been coming up are people who are really shifting gears in their lives away from the kind of ordinary way that they've been doing things in a typical job to shift into the calling of their soul and into spiritual work, and also freeing themselves from the limitations that we've had to impose on our hearts and our voice, to learn how to navigate this world more easily as an energetically sensitive person, and how to express yourself more freely so that you can actually become the person that you really want to become. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can have a look in the description below. Check out the link. There's scholarship options available for people who are on a lower income, so take some time to take a look at that and see if that's right for you. You can always drop me an email if you want to get a better sense of things or if you have any questions. But for now, I'm going to channel Gawkare, the Black Dragon of the Rising Rose, for you. Gianalayun Ione Kayanarayana Shuna Ianalayun Ione Ione Gianalayun Gianalayun Gianalayun. So I'm just taking a moment to tune myself in. It usually just takes a little while as I'm channeling myself through Jack's system. And what I'm doing is I'm opening up the void space beneath his body so that his body and mind become connected with the realm in which I exist. And then I can flow myself through him. And as I flow myself through him, I take on some of the qualities of his personality. So what you're experiencing right now over the coming minutes won't be the pure me, but it's kind of me expressing myself through the limitations of Jack's body and mind. So just bear that in mind. I am Gawkare, Black Dragon of the Rising Rose, Black Dragon of the Underworld. And by underworld, I just mean the subconscious reaches of the mind. I am part of the cosmic chakras. Now, your body has chakras within it. So does your world, so does your galaxy, and so does the cosmos as a whole. So I'm speaking to you from the cosmic chakras, which are the largest of those chakras that I've discussed there. But there are obviously many more beyond that, because life expands and contracts infinitely in all directions. But I'm here to be a protector. I'm here to be a cleanser. And what that means, really, to be a protector and to be a cleanser is kind of wise, loving destruction. So life cannot exist without destruction. There always has to be the destruction of the old to give way for the new. Think of the leaves coming off the trees in the fall. That's a kind of destruction, but it gives rise to the beauty of autumn, and it creates the potential of the following spring. So destruction isn't something to be feared, it's something to understand and to flow with. Ultimately, it's inescapable, and the true joy of life cannot be found when one is busied with attempts to avoid the inevitability of destruction. One should rather flow with the inevitability of destruction, move, dance with this inevitability, and in so doing, usher in both the destruction and the creation, destruction of the old and creation of the new. Now, as I'm speaking, and you will have heard this many times already if you're familiar with my Rising Rose, the words that I'm speaking here are not the most important thing here. Rather, the most important thing is the energy that I'm bringing through. And the energy that I'm bringing through is the energy of the void, of the power. So there is a void beneath your body, a void that you can feel yourself being pulled down into. And it's a void that many throughout the ages have attempted to escape from, to avoid. And they've done so by seeking their divinity above themselves. Think of all the times that people talk about God and look up to the heavens. They do this across many different cultures. And some will look down and talk about something negative. But the truth is that God exists in all directions, and God has many facets, and one of the facets of God is the void beneath. The void beneath pulls us down, and when you allow yourself to follow that call, you're able to step into a kind of purification, an unburdening of oneself. This is what Jesus did in the desert. When he went through his various trials there, he went through a process of purification. The baptism is also actually meant to represent this, but is often commonly taken out of context and seen as something rather different. But it's about plunging oneself into the depths of the water, and the depths of the water are commonly connected to the underworld realms, to be purified in that water and then to rise again, reborn. That was something of the original meaning of baptism. Of course, it's been taken in a different direction and is now largely used as a kind of institutional control, which actually completely opposes the notice of the experience of purification through the passageways of the underworld. Now, I'm talking to you quite quickly because I just want to move through a lot of energy, and it doesn't really matter whether you're really focusing too intently on the words that I'm saying. You might find that there's a kind of restful quality to the words that I'm saying, and that's because I'm speaking through Jack's voice, which already has that quality, but also because I'm speaking to you from the underworld. And the underworld is actually a very peaceful place. Rest in peace. 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 Peace is a very simple place. A very, very simple place. It's a place beyond concepts, a place beyond the need for anything to be any particular way. So all you have to do is simply lower yourself into this peace and relax. Allow yourself to be lowered into this peace, to rest within the peace below. And what may happen as you journey down is a realization may dawn upon you that the peace that you are discovering, when at first it seemed to be something external to yourself that you are experiencing, then becomes actually what you already were. Oh, I'm just discovering myself, you realize. And then beyond that, who knows? So simply allow yourself to rest within and be taken into this peace. I've said a lot of words here. I hope that they've landed through you, that your mind isn't trying to identify too strongly with them or trying to figure them out too deeply, and rather is allowing them to wash through you so that the energy of the words can land where they need to within your system. Ideally, I hope that you can feel a sense of growing power in the earth beneath you, a sense of clarity, a void-like opening, and a sense of deep inner peace and stillness. To give you the opportunity to really connect with this, I'm going to be quiet for the next few moments, but as I am quiet, please know that I'm holding open this space, and that you can tap into it through me for the time being if you need to, and that when I am not here, this place will still be available to you, because this place is and always has been you. So now let us take a few moments in silence together. Now, the way that you experience your own underworld and the return of your own peace and power to yourself is going to be unique to you. So when you discuss it with other people, if they are going through this kind of experience, they will probably have different words used to describe it, or they may experience it in slightly different ways. So the key within this kind of a process is to learn how to trust your own instincts and how to go within yourself in your own way. When you do this, everything starts to become more easy for you, because you realize that you don't need to allow your own personal experience to be confused with the personal experience of others. You don't need to try and control your experience to try and match it to other people. And you don't need to try and control other people's experience to try and match it to your own. You don't need your experience to be like theirs, and you don't need their experience to be like yours. There is deep inner freedom in this realization. You can just let go. You don't need to control other people, you don't need to control others, and you don't need to control the world around you. You trust that everything is unfolding as it needs to unfold, because that's what it's always been doing and what it always will be doing. It's actually outside of your control, so why attempt to control it? It doesn't make any sense. Simply allow it to be as it is, allow it to flourish, allow it to subside, allow the ups and downs of life to be the ups and downs of life, whether they are yours, whether they are others, or whether they are the world's. You are in a period of transformation, individually and collectively, and as such, some of you will be experiencing the need to control your own path and the path of others and the path of the world. You do not need to. This is a great revelation for you, as it will help you understand that so much of the pressure and pain and suffering that you've experienced in life is actually unnecessary. You don't need to go through it. Now, I'm speaking from a particular level of consciousness that already knows this to be true. Now, I'm aware that some of you won't be within that level of consciousness just yet and might be misunderstanding what I'm saying. I am not saying that you should not take any action, or that you shouldn't care about the events that are happening to yourself, others, or the world. I'm saying that you understand fundamentally that everything is unfolding exactly as it's meant to, because it's the only thing that could be true. Now, from that foundation, what is true for you may be to act for or against various things in the world. You can be deeply aligned with the surrender that I'm speaking about here, where you just know that everything's as it's meant to be. You can be deeply aligned with that and passionately oppose something that you do not see as just. It's just that that passionate opposition is known to be a natural flowering of this present moment. And you can see other people doing this and feel no resistance to it, because you know that that is simply the natural flowering of this present moment. So everything is really very easy and simple and straightforward. Now, this can be difficult if you're in more of the mental analytical stage, because basically that's the part of you that really needs to be released in order to understand these things. But don't worry and don't try and struggle to try and figure all of this out. Know that you are in a natural process and simply just let it happen. If you're struggling with it, one of the things that you can do is pause for a moment, feel the way that gravity brings your body down toward the earth. Take a moment just to feel what that feels like in your body. Feel any movement there. You might feel a pulsing or a tingling in different parts of your body. Feel into the earth beneath you. And see if you can feel my presence, the presence of the underworld, the presence of the void beneath you. And just in your own mind, say to yourself, I let go of any unnecessary suffering within my body and my mind. I let go of any unnecessary suffering within my body and my mind. You might feel an intensification of that feeling of gravity and a kind of pulling of your body down toward the earth. If you do feel that, what that is you have just asked me to pull or gently pull out any of that stuck energy that's in your system that's fueling your emotional and thought-based life. You're asking me just to kind of pull that down into the underworld so it can be digested and turned into something more useful than worry or over-analysis. And you can feel that in your own body as this kind of gravitational pull downwards, because it feels like you are being pulled down, but actually what's being pulled down is the thought and emotion-based energy that you're currently identified with. So because you're identified with those energies, mostly subconsciously, because you're identified with them, as they start to move down, you feel, I am moving down. And that can feel like this kind of gravitational pull. But what's actually happening is those identifiers that you are falsely identified with start to be pulled out of you. Right? And you can just let that happen. It's very easy, it's very simple. If you're struggling, there's lots of resources that we've created on the My Rising Rose YouTube channel that you can have a look through for free. If you've got the means, you can join us within Dragon Medicine where we go deeper into these topics. And if you join the live program, you can get a sense of community with others as you're going through this process. It's important that we share about this process, which is why I'm speaking here and now. We've seen in some of the comments that some of you find it a little bit strange when Jack is channeling these deities, myself, dragons, and then you're like, why are they promoting this program? Well, it's very simple why we're promoting it, because this is how we connect with you all. This is why we have come here to do this work. So of course we're going to promote it, because that's how we engage with you, and that's how we help to facilitate the great return. Some of you ask, well, why does it have to cost money? There is an answer to that too, and that's because generally speaking, when things are given away for free, they aren't given so much value. You know? And that can be a difficult pill for some of you to swallow, but it's the truth if you really look at it in your own experience. You know, how many free courses have you seen given away that you end up just not engaging with? Why don't you engage with it? Someone could have given away something which was really valuable and given it away for free, and then you find yourself not engaging with it. Why? It's because it was given away for free. You haven't given anything. you haven't invested anything. So there's no motivation to do it. In the past, and in many cultures across the world, for someone to become a disciple of teachings and teachers like myself, they would need to go through various trials and prove their dedication before they were given any teachings. The student proves themselves to be worthy. In the modern capitalistic society, you are all given this sense that you deserve everything, whether you have earned it or not. And that is an unwise way of structuring a society. And one of the reasons why we charge for dragon medicine is exactly that. Now, it's not ideal. There's always going to be situations where some perfect students wouldn't be able to engage, and that's why we've created the scholarships. So we've come up with as many solutions as we can, but just know that there are reasons behind all of this, and that there is value to charging for the teaching of ancient wisdom, and that when you give, when you make a commitment, it gives back to you. So please take that into consideration for yourself and for the way that you move through your life. Thank you very much for being here. I'm aware that this is still a strange practice for many people, but you get to be the judge of whether or not you feel that the energies that I bring forward are authentic and real to you, and you are in control and in power of whether you receive them and how you perceive them. You get to decide your own fate. So make use of that power and make your own decisions. Thank you all so much for being here. I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Goodbye for now.